Hello everybody. Welcome to my page today. I am Diane and I am the creator of the Stein's Designs, where I create all kinds of things. I like to reuse, repurpose, make jewelry, I sew, I paint things, I do acrylic flow, so I'm into a little bit of everything. So tonight I'm sharing with you some things I'm working on for the weekend. I am going to a local craft show I'm setting up at. It's at Kecksburg, PA on Waterfront on Water Street. They're having a craft show, so it'll be the first one I'm attending this year. And so I'm busy trying to get a table together of things that I make, and hopefully have a good turnout. So I'm going to show you what I've been working on. I'm making these coasters, and these is, can you see? There we go. This is what I've been practicing. It's called acrylic flow, and this is where you take your acrylic paint and you mix it with a medium, and you mix it with some silicone, and you mix, and then you layer it in a cup and you dump it onto your canvas. So if you're interested, look up acrylic flow painting, Google it, and on YouTube and other places there are tons and tons and tons of tutorials on how to do this. And I will probably do another one in the near future once I get everything settled. But these are just tiles that I did, and they're the 4x4 tiles, and I just took and layered my paints and poured on top of it, and then there's a sealer on it so you can set your cup on. What I want to show you today is how to finish the backs, because you don't want to set a tile onto your nice furniture and have it scratched. So so this is what I'm doing, is I am doing the finishing work on these, which is very important when making crafts, because you want to make sure things are finished off nicely. So what I did is take some felt. This is just plain white felt from the craft store. I have some teal fleece here. I'm going to use a scrap of fleece I'm going to use for my other ones. Big old glue gun. This is a Stanley GR70. I don't know if they make, I've had this for a long time. It's a hot glue gun. Any glue gun will work, or you can use E6000 or whatever. And I just measure. I just put my towel on top of my felt, measure out around it, cut it out, and glue it to the back. And then I take and I trim if there's a little bit hanging over, I don't know about you, but I don't cut straight. So I just cut off the excess so it isn't sticking out when you're looking down at it. And then at that point, if there's anything lifting up, just glue it. If you get any glue on the edges, just swipe it off. It'll peel right off, I hope. You can get a piece of paper or something, just kind of roll glue off. Once it dries a little bit, it ain't going to burn you. It'll be fine. There we go. And then you have a nice, pretty coaster for your coffee cup. Look at there, my internet. Come on. There we go. So you have a nice coaster for your drink, your coffee cup, or whatever. These make nice little gifts if you're making a gift basket for somebody. And you're putting in, like a coffee cup or teacup, your favorite tea or your favorite coffees or Keurigs coffees, stuff like that. And then they can have something pretty on their desk that nobody else has. So that's how we done that. So I'm going to do one here. All I have is this teal. I'll show you. This one's kind of funny. Well, my husband says this looks like a walrus. Can you see it? But actually it's a dog print. So this is the dog artwork. He had added his paw into that. So I am just going to, and this has some blues in it. I don't use fancy scissors. No, I use nothing fancy. Always when you have material, I'll just cut it off. When you're getting material off the bolt, like fleeces and that, there's an edge. It's usually an ugly edge. Always cut that off. I mean, you can save it for, if you're real creative, you can save it for another project or tie them up and make dog toys out of them. But you don't want them in. You don't want them in on your pretty projects. Okay. Fleece is real nice because it's really, really soft and absorbent. And this one I'm not even drawing, I'm just measuring it and cut. If you have one of those blades, rotary cutters, and you measure out, you make a pattern and just measure out, you can zip right through this project. But right now I'm not set up for that, so all I'm going to do is put it back there. We'll straighten it up. Hot glue. I got my tiles at Lowe's. Home Depot has towels and they're fairly inexpensive. I think I paid 16 cents a quarter, something like that, for each of these. And they're a really great, they're already glazed. It's a nice surface to work on. It took me longer to, took probably more for the paint and my time to make these than it did for the tiles. So, trim. This is all handmade, so if it's a little wonky, it's not the end of the world, but see, and then there's a real nice, beautiful surface to lay, and it's not going to scratch your pretty painted furniture. You don't want that, unless you're going for the absolute rustic look. So what is everybody up to today? I'm looking outside. It looks like it's going to snow again. So here I am. Our weather's been cold, chilly today, 30s. And it's been snowing. I work, like I've mentioned before, my regular job is a lunch lady. And I think it was our 3rd grade class. It was, yeah. And it was, they have a little quiet period, 3 minutes, something like that. And so kids are talking. I'm like, hey, everybody. I said, they had their heads down, and I said, turn your heads towards the windows, because they got some nice windows in our cafeteria. And the snow was blowing around, and it looked like a snow globe. I mean, it was just blowing around, and it was real pretty. So one of the kids said, You think if somebody shook us up, we would know it if we were in a snow globe? I don't know. I'm not sure. Never been in a snow globe before, but kind of felt like we were in a snow globe. It was so pretty. And then they left a couple minutes later. Sun shining. Beautiful. Looks like it didn't snow a bit. It's been doing that all day. Right now it looks like it's going to do something. The sun was out. It was nice out. And now it looks like it's going to look like a little blizzard again. And it hasn't even done anything to... Hasn't laid on the ground. Thank goodness. I'm about tired of that business. So, I'm ready for spring. I know it's only March. Winter ain't over. I'm ready for it to be over. Who's ready for it to be over? Okay. And then we got another one. Ta-da! So, I'm going to finish up my glue gun. Glue's out of it. So right now, I got one more thing. Let's see, what else do I got? Oh. I'm going to have those. I'm going to have a bunch of those coasters. They're going to be $5 a piece. I was going to sell them in sets. I might do a discount kind of thing if you want 4 of them. 2 or 4 of them. I haven't decided yet. So, I'm also going to sell chalkboards. And here's 2 of them. This is just a picture frame. And I painted the glass with chalkboard paint. And painted the outside. This is called my newest color. I got from Junk Monkey Paint, Blue Slate. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's a grayish... It is a grayish blue, but it is fantabulous. So there's one frame. There's another one, same one. I did 2 the same. So those are, I'm going to be selling those and getting them ready to go. I need to do a little finishing work on there. If you're using, here's a tip. My glue gun's going to work right now. Yep. Okay. If you're going to use, these are all used frames. You can find picture frames in abundance in thrift stores all over the stuff. All over the stuff. Words, I need words. All over the place. So, I just put a little bit of glue back here where it slides out. That way, I painted this inside the frame, so it's sticking anyways, but for a little extra strength, I put a little bit of glue under in between the back and the frame, so that way it stays. This one can stand up. It stands up. Someone put a hook on it, they can hang it up. So I'm going to do the same thing. See how it gaps? Okay. So you don't want that. You don't want hanging up and having that. Because you don't have a picture, you don't have nothing in between to hold everything tight. So I guess you can put a piece of cardboard in between there. But I would just put a little glue on there, just a little reassurance, and that way when you're writing on here, you don't have to worry about the glass coming loose and slipping down and breaking. So, this makes it pretty durable. That paint, you can cover everything in it. It's just like, I don't know what's in it, but it has all kinds of stickum powder. It sticks to everything. I haven't found much it doesn't stick to. So, what do we got here? I'm going to show you something real quick. So, Junk Monkey. I started this last night. This was just a plain brown. I forgot a before picture. I do have a before picture with the group of items, and this is in it. It was brown. It's the brown tall candlestick, okay, and I'm covered it blue slate. What I'm going to do is put another coat on for you. My little paint, my little chip brush. The paint is for, what is this? Quart? Pint? Anyways, for like a quart, it's $10.75. I think it's a quart. But you can look up. But I mean, this goes a whole long way, especially when you're doing small projects, and you're not having to buy primer and putting all the work into it. So you just brush it on, and their saying is just go bananas, and yep, that's all you gotta do. Brush it on. I'm putting 2 coats because I want a little bit more coverage on this. My vision. When you're doing round items like a spindle, this is kind of like a spindle. You want to go around, not up and down. You don't want to do this. You want to go around because it's a round object. So you want to go around. Kind of funny, my neighbor has this lawnmower out. This Kubota, I don't know what they're working on, but they got the Kubota out. That's why I'm looking out the window. Wonder what's going on out there. I hear a tractor. I hear summer sounds. Those are summer sounds in my house, around my household. There's always somebody mowing the grass, working on stuff. Tractors going up the road. I live amongst some farms, so you always hear a tractor or something, especially once the weather dries up and gets nice. It's nothing to come across a tractor. I think my brush is getting old. Oh, there we go. So if you get a hair, just kind of like pick it out. These, if you pull on them, these are cheap. They're cheap brushes, and if you just pull on the bristles when you first get them, you try to get them loose hairs. This one's kind of well used, so I think it's probably losing its oomph at this point. I just keep using it. I keep washing it, and you can wash these chip brushes. They wash up pretty well, and once they get pretty worn, I mean, and they're cheap. This is a 1-inch one, and it's around 50 cents. You know, at Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, Michael's, you know, you find these things everywhere. If you go to, I'll leave the link for Sonia's site. She has them on her site. She sells them in her store to go with all her paints and everything. So, yeah, they're just easy to come by. And it gives you that shabby, not so perfect look. So, which I like. Because, if I had to be, I would drive myself nuts if I had to be perfect. And if I give myself permission that it doesn't have to be totally perfect, I enjoy the project so much more. How about you? Okay, now we're down to the bottom here. We're good and covered. Oh yeah, it's snowing out. It's snowing big flakes right now. It's getting near dark time, so if the sun makes it out one more time, I'd be surprised. But it's snowing. We'll see how long this lasts. In a way, I kind of hope for a closing at school tomorrow. In a way, I don't. I might like to catch up from that. Losing that hour of sleep. It just screws you. Messes you up. Okay. So what do you think so far, huh? I'm going to get a pretty candle and set it up there. I thought this would be real pretty if you put like maybe a couple flowers or something. So, I don't know. I haven't decided. Okay. So, I'm going to push this over here. And we're going to let it dry. Give it a couple minutes. And then I'm going to show you picture frame. Very inexpensive. You can get them for $1 at yard sales. Ask your friends if they have any. Heck, they're only like $4 at Walmart. And I mean, nothing. I did nothing to this. Da-da-da-da. And I'll show you what I'm going to put in this frame. So, just brush it on. I mean, there's just... nothing magical. I took the glass out of it because I kind of want to get on the inside. Sometimes I don't take the glass and I just clean it, but I did finagle the glass out of here. Sometimes they're not real easy. So, and this is a great way to change your decor. You've got a bunch of picture frames with family photos in them and stuff, and you need a change on your walls. You know, I mean, take out the photos, or, you know, take the glass and the photos out. Paint the frame. Look, I'm done. Ta-da. I need to get my fingers right. Look, see how easy that was? Boom. Painted. So, I mean, if you want to put another coat on it, you can. You can leave it. You could distress it, whatever. But, I mean, and you can use that. I'm using chalk paint. You can use anything. You can use craft paint. You can use paint, house paint from, indoor house paint, outdoor house, spray paint. Spray paint comes in so many colors right now. So many different textures, metals. And I tell you what, you can get some really gorgeous effects with spray paint. So there's that. I'm going to show you. Let me drop this in my water so I can clean it. What did I do with my painting? Oh my. Oh, here it is. No, that's not it. Sitting right here where I left it. We think it should go this way. Should go this way. I'm going to put it in that frame. I'm not going to put it up against it right now because it's going to get all wet. But yeah. I'm going to put it in the frame. And put it up for sale. So I love, love, love how that come out. I'll show you the other one. If I have a bigger frame, I don't think I have a frame for this one, but this one. And I put a sealer on this one too. So that one turned out really cool as all. And this one's like pastels, all pastels. This one isn't. I'm going to go back to my candlestick. Real quick. Okay, because I let it dry a little bit. And I had a thought. You give me a second here. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of Be My Honey. I'll show you. I'm not a yellow person, but this yellow is like orangey. It's more orange than, it's not a bright garish yellow. It's creamy. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but I don't know if you could pick up, see it. I don't know. It's just yummy looking. Kind of like really good yolks to fresh eggs right off the farm. This kind of reminds me of. I'm going to do a little, hopefully, just put my fingerprints in there. I get fingerprints all over myself. I'm going to just lightly brush this over the blue slate. I'm going to see how it turns out. If I don't like it, I'm just going to, I'll just paint over it. And this ain't quite dry yet, but that's okay. Dry enough. And I'm just doing, adds a little, that depth, a little bit of that. Aha, there we go. And I'm not using a lot of paint, not a lot at all. And today my paintbrush is even a little wet. So, and I'm not digging into the piece because I don't want to take off the blue paint. So I'm just lightly brushing over this. What do you think? Oops. I'm trying to hold it so some parts of, okay. See if I can get, there we go. Brush out. There we go. Got some heavy spots. There we go. What do you think? I haven't tried this combo yet. This is a little different for me. I usually like to layer it with a white or a black. It's kind of my thing. And I love the blue. But something about this yellow, I don't know. It just made me want to try it. I think that's what we're going to do. I think I like it. See how easy that was? I'm just going to blend it in a little bit. And since this paint's still, it dries fast, don't get me wrong. I just didn't feel like plugging in the heat gun. And it's noisy anyways, but bring it around here. Yeah. The yellow just brightens it up. Oh, I missed a spot. Just enough. Wouldn't this look cute? With like some, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'll do some yellow flowers on it. If I had some yellow flowers, it's a problem. I am not going to have time to go and find me flowers. That's going to be my goal for my next show, is to have a little bit more accessories. Go with my pieces. I have a pile of ideas I want to try. Okay. Spread it around. Yeah. I don't know if you can tell this on camera. There it is. It just gives it a little bit of depth. It's not flat. It's not so flat. So there we go. And I'm going to put some monkey shine when it dries. I had a candle. I want to be careful with this. I had a real pretty candlestick, and I decided to try to take the nail off the top, and I broke it. It was like a hard plastic. Yeah. So this one I don't want to take that off. That I was going to, but I'm afraid I'm going to break it, even though it's just wood. I don't want to break it, so I'm going to just find a nice, pretty fat candle to match it, and there you go. So I'm going to put, I got this Monkey Shine wax. It's all natural. It doesn't smell. Well, it smells very faintly a lemon. I don't know, but it's all natural. And you just brush it on with a brush, put it on, wipe it off, and it seals it nicely. And this is great for right now because it's indoors. And yesterday I was coating those coasters on my back porch and with some spray, and the whole house smelled. And I can't, it's too cold to do it outside, so I had to do it somewhere. So, yeah, so I'm not doing it today. I don't want to, we were both like, it's smelly. I can't wait till it's nice out and I can do that kind of stuff outside where it's not going to give us a headache. So, yeah, well ventilated areas for spray paint. So, well, I'm looking out the window and there is a coating all over the ground. So, and it's still snowing. So we'll see. I just hope the roads aren't getting bad. That's all. I'm in for the night. I voted in Pennsylvania. We're having a special election today. If you haven't heard or haven't lived around here. So, 18 congressional districts between Connor Lamb and Rixcombe. So it's a close race, and that's all I'm going to say about it. That's all. I did my civic duty. I went and I voted today. Come home and got some projects finished here. So I am going to finish putting my coasters, belt and stuff on my coasters, and get ready for my craft show. I'm having brain farts. I'm tired. And that's about it. So if, let's see, Wednesday's Tuesday. Maybe I'll check back in a couple days. I'll have pictures for sure. Show y'all. And if you're in the area, Saturday from 10 to 2, Kecksburg, Pennsylvania on Water Street. Google it. It is the Kecksburg VFD Fire Hall. From what I understand, they had sold out of all the vendor spaces are sold out. So it should be a really, really good and full show for lots to see. They're going to also have a concession stand area with hot dogs and drinks and stuff like that. So you can even get a little bite to eat. So come out and join us if you're around. And I will see you later. Bye.